Okay, welcome to part 2. This is for a 1978 Goldwing, and we're going to talk in this video about the tank, the fuel tank. So this was sitting for 40 years, and it had some gas inside. So that's part of the worst thing that you can do to a gas tank in a old bike, because everything inside is going to get rust, or the gas is going to get bad, and it's going to start getting all the inside of the tank rusty. Um, Here is a picture of what is inside the tank. You can see rust spots. I'm trying to open the other lid in order to, or the cap, but you can see how dirty and rusty the tank is. Okay, so what we can see here is this is the fuel sensor for the level of gas inside the tank. As you can see, it's a lot of rust, basically because all the vapors of the uh, gas are getting on the top of the tank. So what I'm doing here, I'm using evapor rust. This product is pretty good to remove rust. The only thing that you have to do is to put inside of a plastic container the part that you want to remove the rust. And the reason I did this is because I don't know how it's inside, so I'm removing the rust from inside and outside the sensor. So after a day, I remove it, and as you can see, it looks pretty clean. Remove a lot of the rust on the surface in one of the side, not everything. So as you can see, not all of them it was removed, but much better than before. I'm just doing some brush and removing the gasket. But yeah, so I left it for a day, so it showed a lot of improvement. I will keep it there. What I'm going to do now is a new technology. It's not new, I'm sorry, but it's a technology called electrolysis. This is great. What it does is you put the battery in an anode, and then the product that you want to remove the rust in the cathode. I will explain later. But all this that you can see in the floor was from the exhaust from the previous video when we turned it on. Um, what I'm going to do now is going to clean all the bike. What I'm doing is just putting soap in all the bike, and then I'm going to do some scrubbing and washing. And then once you start pouring out water in it, a lot of the grease and the dust is coming up. I don't know if it's a motorcycle or a Christmas tree. Okay, so this bike was inside of a garage, so it's kind of dusty, oily, and dirty. Something that I don't know why, but the tank is full, and I didn't see anything coming out from the holes that where the gas flows. So as you can see, inside is very dirty. There is no more gas. It's only whatever was there 40 years ago. So whatever the contaminants are, no more. So as you can see, there is kind of dirt, mold, all the dirt coming off from the tank from washing a little bit more. Over there where I am it's pretty cold. The weather was pretty cold that day. So at the beginning I had some issues with the water because it was frozen, but now you can tell it's flowing good. You can see pieces of, I don't know if it's rust or gas petrified or solidified, but yeah, cleaning. trying to see clean water, but no, I don't see anything. I'm just going to keep going until I see a little bit better. So basically, the motorcycle is washed. I dried with air, and also in order to remove the gas tank cover, that is not a gas tank, I need to use an impact driver because these bolts were secured. So it's not, when you see a dot like that one, it means that it's kind of a bolt from the GIS, Japan industrial standards, or Japanese industrial standards, something like that. So, but yeah, those you have to use. I wear in my pajamas. It's very comfortable. I usually do this kind of work at the weekends, so I am in the garage and I just have my 6 years old jacket, old pajama, and it's very easy to work in the garage. And I have to get worried about using clean clothes or something. But as I said, it's cold inside. What I'm doing right now, I am setting up electrolysis for the gas tank. So what I'm doing is putting the red wire is for the anode, that is going to be the one that is going to get or attract all the rust. This is a chemistry formula. So what I'm doing is so I have to empty the tank. As you can see, there is rust on the bottom, and it's bad. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is to put baking soda. The correct way to do it is to put baking soda in the water and mix it, and then put it in the gas tank. So what I'm doing here is just with hot water. I'm going to put some more baking soda, and then shake it, and then pour it. I'm doing this in fast motion just to save time. But yeah, it's basically like four gallons in order to fill it up. As you can see, I'm filling up where the sensor is. So there is another where I have my hands is higher. So later I will do more electrolysis. So you have to plug the battery, or the 12 volts energy to the anode. That is a piece of metal, and then the ground is going to be in the gas tank. So it's going to remove all the, you can see it bubbling inside because it's making a reaction inside. So the electrolysis is removing all the rust from the inner walls of the tank. You can see kind of boiling, but basically it's a reaction. Yeah, so I have the battery plugged to a charger, and so just to keep the battery going. This is the principle, basically. This is part of what came out of the anode, that is getting all the kind of rust. So I will do this procedure several times. You can see also all the dirt is floating. So in the meantime that I'm doing the electrolysis, the second one, I'm going to remove all the touring pack. Has a lot of things. It's huge. So as you saw, the electrolysis is going and going, and electrolysis can take days, hours, days, weeks. So what I'm doing is I'm doing it for a day, and then flush, and then day, and then flush the water, so I can have new water with new electrodes. That is the baking soda plus water. So in order to remove the saddlebags, I need to remove the pegs. This one has a lot of bolts, so it's not like the new ones that you can go and remove it easily. There is some wires here that they are not working pretty good. My battery is unplugged, so I just cut them and I will do a new connection later. Yeah, so I'm going to remove some bolts. Keep going. So there are several that needs to be removed. Once you remove them, it's easy to pull it, and it's very light. It's like a fiberglass, so it's very light to move. As you can see, inside is very dirty. To see is drinking water. I was trying to move the tire, but of course not. It's touching the ground. So so now that I removed the throttle I will check again how the tank is going. I'm going to put the nuts back so I don't lose them. There's a little bit of rust inside, and this keep still working. It's like, you see, this is a large bolt, and it's doing the chemical reaction. I need to remove that one as well if I need to do some other stuff. What I will do now, I'm going to put the foot peg back. You have to make sure that the hole is aligned to the foot peg so it doesn't rotate or. Paco. Sorry, my son was playing games. Okay, so once you do it, you do the other side as well, and then it will be ready.
2 hours. This is a 2 hours.
These bikes come originally without all the touring pack, so now you can see the water is dirty, and I will keep doing more and more electrolysis just to make sure that we take all the rust that we can from the tank. In the meantime, I'm going to do some cleaning. That's why I'm doing this kind of fast forward. This is a WD-40 degreaser. Basically what it does is remove the grease and some of the dust, so it's pretty good. It doesn't leave nothing oily, and then clean it. So before you have to be very careful that the anode doesn't touch the other side, because it will make a short circuit.
I will drain everything.
The only thing that you want to do is to have the current flowing through the water with baking soda. The baking soda helps to pull all the rust. Now what I'm going to do is to clean the tank, to remove all the water that I can. So I'm trying to put the hose in the bottom of the tank so it removes all the solid and it flows through the bucket. As you can see, the bucket looks pretty dark. Don't drink it. It's nothing poisonous. It's just water and baking soda. But as you can see, the gas tank looks much better. It looks cleaner.
Much better.
All the walls looks much better. There are some spots with rust still. So it's working. So I will do it again. The more you do it, the better the tank will be. Basically, the chemistry says that what it does is removing, making a reaction and the only thing that is moving is the rust. No metal or nothing like nothing else is being in this process. So again, I'm going to put some anode to the battery, and it's doing their thing. The water that I am pouring here is hot, so that's why it has some vapor over there, but this is just because it's hot. And the reason that we use hot water, so you can see how it was, the tank, and then 2,000 years later,
2,000 years later.
much better. So yeah, you can keep doing this in the meantime. So you can see how nasty the electrode comes out, and then all the contaminants are still flowing out. This is worse. It pulled a lot of rust. This is from the upper part of the tank, so I seal the lower part, and then this same. Right now I have a mess in the garage. I should use only one side of the garage, but I'm using for this project all this area. Also something that I did, I have all the tools all over, so I bought like a mat at Harbor Freight. It's rubber and it's very handy. You can put all your tools there and you can move them all around. Of course, I did it again and put them together, and then all not too much. Also, I bought a jack in order to put it below the motorcycle, so I can lift it in the middle. You can see how bad all the things that are coming out from this tank. It's just a piece of metal. You have to replace it because when you use them, it removes, it loses some of the properties. So you have to remove also to change your anode. I have another battery now because it's the one that I use for the motorcycle, and I'm pouring or removing the water out of the tank. This is bad news. What I'm seeing is that the tank has a leak. With all the rust that we removed, it was so bad that some of the areas rust that much that it removed more metal. So I had some leaks. So what I need to do now is to remove the shocks, all the brakes, tire. So there is a lot of things. The gas tank is inside the frame. So I know I saw another video from another YouTuber, and I saw that it's a pain. But there is no other way to do it, so I have to remove it. So I'm going to start with an angle grinder to remove shocks. Remove shocks, both sides. I'm trying to put everything that I removed to put it back where it belongs, so I have less things to remember. But yeah, also the video helps a lot. If you do something wrong, you can check the video.
Sit.
She's Susie.
Ay,
She's a great dog.
qué bonita.
So now, in order to remove the tire, I have to remove the axle. So what I'm doing is, without the shocks, I'm lowering the bike so the tire goes up with the 4x4 that I have under the tire. What I'm doing here is just pushing the bolt or the axle to the other side. And then a rubber mallet. You have to be gentle. You don't want to hit a bearing or something that you can damage inside. Mostly you don't have nothing to damage because it's just a hole, but as you can see now it's in this side, and then you can pull it, move the tire. Also, this is very tight. It looks like every bike that is designed is being difficult to remove things like tires, brakes, lights, wires. Everything is very complicated in a motorcycle. So I cannot take it out because in the other side the shaft is holding the wheel. So for now what I have to do is to remove the caliper, you see, because it is not going to go out until I remove the caliper. And in order to remove the caliper, you need to remove one of the witness bolts. But what I noticed is that these brakes are too tight, so I think that maybe the cylinders inside are not moving freely in order to release the brake. But, so I have to pull the once I remove the brake, I can pull the tire to the left and then pull it back. But yeah, you see all the gears in the shaft, so you cannot do it. So in order to remove the tank, as I said, you also have to remove the fender. And again, it's more labor. You have to remove 4 bolts. Also the bridge that is in the middle of the tank. The metal one, the metal fender, the plastic fender. But this one, as it has all the lighting in the back, has a lot of wires, so it's not something that I can just plug and unplug. So I just got to leave it there. Now I will remove this one. You can see the white on this tank is from some leaks that I had, but also is because I used baking soda, so the baking soda made that kind of the leak color. Also I am removing the battery case. Stains looks white stains, but it's because of the baking soda. So yeah, so now the tank is going to be a little bit easier to remove, I hope, because I saw some videos that it's very complicated. So I was able to remove some of the plugs from the wire, but some of them are like they are connect. It's not like a quick disconnect. So now what I will start doing is to pull the tank to the back of the bike. I don't know why they did this so complicated, but it is what it is. And trying to see what else is holding the tank. As you can see, the brakes are there, so it's going to be also I will need to remove it, and I haven't done it yet. Yeah, so now it's time to start pulling the tank. You see it's moving, which is good. Now I have to start looking for the what else is the way to move it. And I setting up the camera, but also I have to remove the petcock. The petcock. Yeah, the petcock is underway with the frame, so I remove that one as well. Make sure that you don't drop the O-ring that is it has over there. So it has some rubber that is holding the tank as well in the front, but I saw that and it's already loose. So also the red hose is for gas if you overfill it. But now I noticed that I have to remove the brakes as well. So more things to do. By the time you finish with this bike, it's kind of, you know everything about the bike. I was trying just to lose it, but it's still on the way, so it's not going anywhere. So I will have to do what I didn't want to do, but yeah, you have to remove the pump. So I'm going to remove the hose in order to be able to remove the brake pump. I don't know if you can do it without removing it, but the easiest way is to do everything, to remove everything, so you can pull it easier. So now that I haven't removed it yet, so I have to also to remove the shaft. It's tight, so I have to go one by one. There are 3 bolts, three nuts that you have to remove. And yeah, you're gonna do it. So remove the brake master cylinder. So now I'm moving the shaft. I am not sure if there is any oil or something that is there. So what I'm doing is just to put a tray under it. Okay, it's very heavy. I just remove it, and there is nothing there. It's just grease. So now, finally, I will be able to remove the tank. Of course, something else is going on, but it's so difficult. It's so tight, and you have to find like the perfect spot to remove it. I was trying to move it to one side, tilt, pull it, hit it. And no, all the time was something on the way that I was not able to move it up and down or the axle. So I don't know how they did it back in the day, but I think that you put the fuel tank first without anything inside, and then these Japanese guys were doing everything easier at at the assembly plant. But for us, I have I spent a lot of time in trying to remove this tank. So what I'm trying to do is the drain tank, the drain hole that it has over there is very tight. So what I'm doing is just to remove it because it seems to be on its way, and it was. So now finally the tank is out. So now so I've been also watching other videos and other things, products that we can use. So what I will do is to take a look in the tank to see the hole that it has, or where was the water leaking, because I haven't put gas on it yet. I'm just trying to inspect visually all the tank. I was to see if the seam is bad, so I was able to find the hole. If you touch it with a screwdriver like I just did, yeah, the hole is pretty big, and if you keep checking over there, it's going to be even more. Inside, well, you can see it clean, but what you see there is deposits of baking soda. So what I will do is I'm going to wash it. This is part of how the anode gets after you do some of the electrolysis. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to put the greaser and try to clean inside and then wash it all. But you can see some holes over there, not only one, so this is not too good. At least there are 3 holes. You can see the 2, but there are 4. So I was also watching some videos about different products that you can use for this tank to fix it, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I will try to fix this tank. So this is only biodegradable, or it doesn't affect any kind of earth or nothing on the sewer. So it's only good, or like a soap, so it doesn't affect anything outside, so it's safe to use. So what I will do is just to clean and see how many holes are, identify them. Once they are identified, I will mark them with red. But there. This day is also a cold day. It's like 28 Fahrenheit or -1. So just filling with water. Yeah, everything looks clean now, but I will leave it for some time to dry. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. So once it's clean, I'm just trying to remove all the dirt from inside, because I will do some other activities to this tank. You can see all the leaks are huge. So electrolysis works, but also you can, if the tank is pretty bad, you will have some issues, because it's going to be with holes. Because it's almost no metal. So this is the other problem. There is no water coming out from the lines. So you can see we have a right and left pipe that is for reserve, and also for on and reserve. So no water from them. So what I think is they are clogged from inside with all the slush from the gas. What I'm doing right now is just cleaning the area, and what I will do is to clean correctly, remove all the grease, the dirt, and I will just clean with brakes cleaner. Once it's clean, I will do a mix with cloth, and I will put some cheap, it's like a melting or like a epoxy solution. So once you put it there, it's very tight. I have to make sure that we're going to have the correct mix. So I think the weather is also that cold, make it more difficult to flow. So once you are done with the quantity, you can mix it with wood. Don't use metal because it will make a reaction. So what I'm doing just to cover the holes so we don't have any more leaks. The intention of this is just to cover the leaks, and then to use a gas sealer from the one that you can wash your tank, and then remove all the prep the metal, and then once the metal is prepped, you can pour the the sealer. But at the end of the day, I was not able to fix it because there is no flow from the holes to feed the tank. I was not able to plug it. So what I did, I went to downtown to a store, and I bought a new old used tank. It doesn't look too bad. It was sitting there. I wash it from inside and make sure that there is no leaks, and also that we can have some gas through the area, or through the gas fuel lines. So this tank is from a 75 motorcycle. Mine is a 78. So I'm going to put also more water. As you can see, I'm putting a line of for to cut the grass, and you can see that the water is flowing out of the. I also put air through it in order to see if there is something clogged over there to remove it. I saw that there are some fuel deposits, so nothing crazy. This is vinegar, just to remove some of the rust. I will leave it there for 24 hours and see then how does it look. Sorry, it looks rusty and not too rusty at the same time. It's kind of orange only, and it has a lot of carbon deposit or fuel deposits. So this is not rust; it's just the gas that used to be there. It made some build up. Also, that's what is clogging some of the fuel lines. So I will use some products to clean the tank inside, like sea foam or some others that Lucas as well, to start cleaning all this once it's running. So now I have the tank. What I will do, I will clean it inside, clean it outside, and I will do also some of the electrolysis. Not too much, but at least for 1 day. So we can remove some of the basic rust that is inside the bike or the tank. Now, in the meantime, I clean also I did some cleaning to the shaft mechanism and also to the outside of the bike. And now is the moment of the through. I will put this closer. But now what I will do is to put back the new old tank, Susie, with me.
Muy bien, Chu.
So let's see how easy or difficult goes. Very good. That was easy. So I think there's a very specific way to put it in. If you don't do it that way, it's going to be a pain. Also, I did some clean to the tank, to the outside of the tank, and I painted just in case if something is rusty from outside. So now I'm looking how to plug everything inside and that fits correctly. Also, you have to make sure that this bolt is aligned, because it's the one that it's the only thing that is holding the tank. But take a look. After everything I did, it looks pretty good. So now in fast camera, I'm going to put everything back. I wish it was as fast as you can see it, but no, it takes time and time and time. So sometimes I do this kind of activity after work. As you can see, I have jeans and my work jacket. Sometimes I just do it at night. I just clean all the outside of the brake caliper. I was putting it back together, but it was a bad idea, because now you cannot put the tire unless you raise it and then put it after you install the tire and also the shaft. Also, I cleaned the plastic and paint inside the fender. Okay, now it's time to put back the shaft. Make sure you follow your torque specs. I use my hand because I will do this again after I do the tires. I will replace tires as well. So this is just to have it closer to the final project. Okay, I'm still doing the calipers. Inside the brakes, I have to put the hose. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting the fuel filter, fuel lines, and everything to the fuel pump in order to check if the motorcycle will run with as it has to run with the gas tank without using a bottle feed. So I have the hoses, the fuel pump ready. I can put the tire, but it doesn't make, you don't need to, so it's fine. I'm going to put some gas on it and see how it goes. Part of the I am also doing some seafoam, because I heard that, or I've been investigating and reading about the things that it can do. It can help to clean the fuel system. Also, you can put it in the oil and then do the oil flush. But okay, now what I'm doing is I'm going to try to turn on the bike again, like I did in the previous video. So now it's turning, it's moving, and it's starting, but it's still not working properly. It seems like the bike is not getting fuel from the system. I will tell you, I'm doing this video a little bit shorter in order to have it easier to see. So by when you're looking at this video and watching this video, I already cleaned the carburetor, so that's why I am expecting to use the gas from the tank, because when I'm not doing something, I'm doing another thing to the bike, like home brakes or carburetors. So these carbs are clean, and the part number 3 will be about the carbs and brakes. So that's what I'm trying to see. What I'm trying to see here is about the fuel level, if it's on in the half of the tank or where is it. So I'm trying to turn on the valve. And also the shock, for one reason, you're using it and then it goes down with the vibration. Oh. So now the tank is in off position. So what I will try to do is to use an external hose in order to see if I can get some gas from it. So I'm going to blow air. So we have gas flowing through the hose, which is pretty good. So now I'm cleaning a little bit. I will connect the direct to the tank, but I don't see any dripping, so I need to pull and see. And I will try, but I think I heard that this part of what is happening with the Goldwings. You have to wait until the gas is pulled by the fuel pump and then arrives to the carbs. So what I'm doing here is just trying to connect hoses, pull gas, and fill the system. I will use some design fluid to see if it can help. The chalk also was. From the tank to the fuel pump. So what I need to do now is kind of push the flow. Once it's flowing, it goes, but I don't know why it doesn't go by gravity. So now what I'm doing here is I will plug air with a rag and push it through so it fills the tank or the filter, the fuel filter. I used to do a lot of water, sink cars, adjuster, belt. I'm trying to see if there's some movement or if it's something. Now the bike is working without the bottle or it's just now I will put everything back, the tire, the brakes, and the shaft, the shocks. I will remove them after. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Brakes and carbs are the next one. Please like, share, subscribe, and watch the next one. Thank you.